And the reason that it exists is because of the fact that the people who are in power now are under the influence of the original rebel, as described in Saul Alinsky's book, where he dedicated that book to the original rebel, Satan, and then had the nerve to say, at least he got his own kingdom out of the deal. Well, the thing about it is, this is turning out to be, the kingdom of Satan. Okay, so
there's no doubt. I mean, even if people don't believe in the old serpent as an entity, collectively, what's being manifested and what the elite are turning us into is hell.
The thing about it is, Alex, you mentioned earlier, and I was watching the program because I get the simulcast and all that, and I was watching where Mr. Dice was doing the interviews yesterday. Well, the thing about that is that every human being has been infected with a lie. We believe a lie. That's why these people come across as though they're God, because the original lie that the human race believed was that you can be God. So they still believe that. And
yeah, they think they're God. You're talking about at the Capitol, he's literally 60, 70 yards away from cops, where they said the media could be, and then he marches up and just gets in his face and is looking at Aaron like he wants to kill him.
Wow.
Have you seen that video?
No, I haven't seen that part, but I'm talking about where yesterday on your program you gave a snippet of, I think it was Dice in California.
Oh, Dice. I thought you said Aaron Dykes. Yeah.
No. Yeah, it was Dice.
Yeah. Oh, no, exactly. Those people want to play God. They said they enjoyed the power trip of, yes, I want to ban criticism of Obama. Yes, I want to sign the petition. Yes, they were feeling like they were going to shut someone up. And exactly. I mean,
everybody has that. Everybody has that. Now, before I was awakened, and I can't say that I woke up, I was awakened, okay? I had similar views, not the totalitarian type of thing where if you dissent against this view, you need to shut up. No. But the thing about it is I had disdain for people who didn't think as I thought. And now, I mean, the whole left-right thing has been shattered for me. I mean, totally just blown to smithereens. Every talk show that I get to call into, and I'm a truck driver, so I get to listen all day. So every show that I call into, the first thing is, you're coming at this from the wrong perspective. There is no left-right. They're all one.
But if I've done one thing, David, is I coined the left-right paradigm term. I've hammered it for 14 years, really about 12 when I really woke up to that fully, for about 12 years. And now people go, wait, I've been kept in this little box. There's a whole nother system, and then a system to that system. And I only go as far out as I can prove in the paradigm. But I'm now beginning to see even into the next level. And let me tell you, this whole reality is a fraud, brother.
I got to tell you, the first time I saw the Obama deception, I stayed up. I saw it somehow with some Vision Revisited or something website that I clicked onto, and then it led me to the Obama deception, and I could not sleep. It was about a year ago, right around, it was like the first or second week of February or third week of February, somewhere around that area, where it was shortly after the movie first came out. And I couldn't sleep, and I was up for like 2 days straight. And I'm just devouring all of the information that's coming and putting things together, and I'm like, wow, this thing is crazy. How do you, So
when I found out about 8, 9 years ago that the eugenics was absolutely real, going on worse than I thought, I actually threw up. My mouth started watering, and it was like a spiritual thing, a physical manifestation of my soul was just like bleh, when I realized, because my body, my soul, my subconscious already knew all this information at a base level. But it was the conscious binding of that and realizing it, and the images of the children they're murdering, and it was just just.
If you owe the IRS money you can't pay, then listen carefully, because you already know that the problem won't go away by itself. You can get help today from the leading tax expert in the country, Dan Pilla.
Hi, I'm Dan Pilla. The IRS isn't going to just forget about you. Right now, the IRS is hiring thousands of tax collectors to go after delinquent accounts just like yours. That's why you need to take action today, and I can help. I take a simple but proven approach to solving your tax debt problem. First, I stabilize collections so you don't have to worry about wage and bank levies. Next, I build a detailed plan to get your debt reduced to the fullest extent possible, sometimes even eliminated. Finally, I work with you every step of the way to get your problem solved once and for all. So call now for a free consultation. Call 1-800-346-6829.
Dan Pilla will solve your tax problem, guaranteed. He's helped thousands of people, and he can help you too. Call us today at 800-346-6829. That's 800-34-NO-TAX.
Originally, we the people have entrusted government to be the guardians of currency, to ensure purity, content, weights, and measures of gold and silver coins citizens would use for commerce. This reinstalled confidence after the demise of the fiat continental system, wisdom being lost with time. The government we once entrusted to protect from counterfeit has colluded with private business, creating the largest fiat counterfeiting scheme our country ever experienced. This is not only a transfer of power to an institution that is not accountable to our elected government, but has also caused the dollar to lose more than 90 cents of its original value. Now foreign governments are trying to divest themselves from this once world reserve currency. Hi, this is Ted Anderson. I'm offering a book that explains how the system works. Call me today at 800-686-2237. I will give you a silver dollar free just for purchasing the book. Call today at 800-686-2237. Again, that's 800-686-2237.
Hundreds of nations have fallen to tyranny in the last century alone. This is our last chance to not relive history.
As they're finishing off this agenda, they'll be pulling the rug from underneath Americans at home.
We have tremendous influence on our president and Congress, and they really are calling the shots.
I think it's incumbent upon all of us as American citizens to pay attention.
Fall of the Republic identifies the enemies of our nation, the criminal offshore cartel, hell-bent on destroying sovereignty, and on its ashes constructing world government.
Tim Geithner, Bernanke, they're arsonists. They're asking for more matches. And the Congress is saying, who do we make the check out to?
Today, seems like nobody does care. And right now in Washington, D.C., we have seen a fall of the Republic.
Get your copy of Fall of the Republic on DVD at Infowars.com or watch it online right now in super high quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
Americans have heard much about change in recent times and are now waking up to the truth. Well, here's a few facts about your food you may want to change. Did you know that nearly 100% of the food on store shelves comes from a few corporations and that most is genetically engineered, chemically sprayed, and transported great distances? Baker Creek Heirloom Seed Company, like you, wants to see Americans change and take control of their own food supply, one seed at a time. Over 12 years, we've become America's premier supplier of pure, non-GMO seeds with over 1,400 varieties. Gardeners and homesteaders know Baker Creek offers some of the most popular seed collection kits, like our large heirloom kit with 60 full-size seed packets for only $99. The kit contains 25 types of vegetables and comes packaged in a metal can for long-term storage for just $99. Look for our free catalog today at rareseeds.com. That's rareseeds.com or call 1-866-OLD-SEED. That's 1-866-653-7333 today.
Ira Hayes, Ira Hayes, call him drunken Ira Hayes.
One of the most painful things in my life is knowing that with my listeners, we've woken up tens of millions of people, and to see the system, not just Glenn Beck and others at the top, but lower down, groups that co-opt all the work we've done and then turn it into something nasty with their COINTELPRO tricks. Most of the idiots dancing to the tune and the string don't even know they're doing it. But again, that's going to happen. If you wake people up that they're being lied to, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're not going to be lied to at other levels. That doesn't. So you can't look at other people failing, other people falling, other people's problems, all the nastiness, and get wrapped up in it. You've just got to continue to love God and love what's true and love honor and love beauty and love decency and love innocence, and stand up against the New World Order and give the people an alternative to say, this is your enemy, the New World Order. Look what they've done to you. Look what the other opportunities could be. Look at what history has shown. Chris in Florida, you're on the air. Welcome.
Alex,
Hey,
yes,
buddy.
Alex. It is your life to revamp, and I respect your life choices. But when it comes down to your life, your own life, and your empathy for the lives of others, it's really, I think it's obvious from your predictions coming true that you do have a greater forethought to see how the thoughts and the actions that we're sowing will soon be reaped. And because you do, you have assumed that sense of duty and loyalty and the risk that might have otherwise been assumed by others. That's what I think makes you more Christ-like. And if you were to decide to become less prominent in the media, it's your sense of concern that would still bring you these greater insights and an even deeper connection with God. But no matter what you choose, God works through everyone and everything.
Oh, no, that's not what earlier I was saying. I just miss not being able to see my grandmother or spend as much time with my kids. So I feel like my time is stolen by having to fight this.